Hi teacher friends, I'm Cindy from Cindy's Classroom Games. We are super excited to announce that we just uploaded 50,000 review games into TeachersPayTeachers. Each product is unique. We have hundreds of review games based on the curriculum, and your kids are going to love them. They are super fun, and most have wonderful twists to the gameplay that keep the kids engaged right to the very end. We have so many teachers that buy one to try and quickly return to buy more once they see the results. We have been getting questions about how exactly we did this, so this video should explain a bit about our process, but let me tell you first of all, it's just a lot of work. My husband and I work full-time on this to support our family, and we have been working 7 days a week for months to get this ready for the school year, and we are so excited to be nearly done. So I first started dabbling on TeachersPayTeachers a year or so ago. I didn't really know what to make, and so I looked at what other people were selling to get inspired. When I was a teacher in Victoria, Canada, I really loved making educational games for my students. We would pretty much gamify everything, and my classroom had a reputation for high energy and fun. While the games were fun, I struggled to find a way to turn them into a product that I could sell to make any real money on the marketplace. I noticed that there were teachers who made quiz-type games using PowerPoint, and all of a sudden, it clicked. My husband just happens to be one of the highest-rated PowerPoint designers on Upwork, so I asked him to take a look and see if he could make something like that for me. He got right into it and made a few prototypes. That had a bit of success, but we never really had the scale that we were looking for. And since my husband is an entrepreneur, he approached it as a business problem and developed an awesome strategy. We broke down processes of scale like this. He asked me which grades I could develop review questions with answers for, and I figured I could make question sets for grades 3 to 9. Then he asked what was the smallest unit of teaching for an entire year's curriculum, which is a lesson, of course. He said simple. Create a set of review questions and answers for every possible lesson in the subjects you want for grades 3 to 9 that cover the entire curriculum, and that he will develop and test several review games. Then you make a review game for each of those lessons, and you have thousands of products. He loves designing stuff and is kind of a PowerPoint nerd, and he ended up making 29 different game types, all using PowerPoint. Each game was tested, refined, and improved until it ran great and was fun. We made a few review games for each type of game and put them in my store. The whole time he was developing and testing these games, I was developing sets of review questions. I broke down the curriculum into lessons and then added a bunch of practical topics to support what was being taught, and ended up with as little as 140 lesson topics in grade 4 math to over 350 topics in grade 9 science. In total, I developed over 3,000 sets of review questions and answers. It was a lot of work, and my husband helped with the more complicated math topics, since he's a pretty quantitative guy. Once the review questions were complete, we looked at the games and chose the best 12 PowerPoint games and the best 6 games for Google Slides, and then got to work making the products. My husband is pretty technically minded, and so he wrote a script to automate the copying and pasting of all those review questions and answers into the game types. And we ended up with over 50,000 unique review games. Each one covers a specific lesson. Funny enough, this was actually the fastest part of the process, taking all the sets of questions and answers and pasting them into the developed game types. Once we had this done, we spent the past several months uploading the products into the store on TeachersPayTeachers. This was the biggest task of the project. I don't know if you've ever done anything 50,000 times, but you get really fast at it after a while. We have a copy and pasting technique to get all the titles and descriptions in really quick. And my husband organized all the files in such a way that we can easily drag and drop. When we both work a full day, we upload hundreds of unique products into the store. And today is the day we celebrate this accomplishment. The games are awesome. We already have some good sales starting and the reviews are great. The engagement is off the chart and teachers are seeing results. I hope to make some more videos once I have the time. And I will explain some of the game types and answer any questions you might have. You can find me and my store on Teachers Pay Teachers using the link below. Good luck with your students in the upcoming year, and I hope you have lots of fun.